Okay, how you doing, everybody? Thank you for inviting me to this is International Women's Month. I appreciate it. Councilwoman Gray of Ward 4. Well, my relationship to the connection to the Southeast Side is I'm a resident. I was moved into the neighborhood leased back in 1989, and that's my first connection of becoming a homeowner. I have a identical twin sister, and we bought a house, and that's where we found stability in the neighborhood. So that was my first connection. I have two boys, she had one, and we settled to raise our children in that community. So we became connected in that area because of us becoming homeowners. I was born and raised in Saginaw, Michigan. So like I said, we bought a home in '89, so that was my first connection. But to move forward, and my vision for Ward 4 is for all residents to live in a safe, beautiful environment, to cherish their neighborhood with grace and safety that everyone else would want to have in their neighborhood. So the vision is to understand what the residents would want to happen in this community all over again. And that has happened. The time since I've became elected council, being humble and accepting the honor of the residents voting me in, I worked with them from the beginning. We had to start a new look of Ward 4. Because we never seen the whole effects of Ward 4, just the silos areas that each of us live in separately. So I had meetings. They suggested to have meetings, monthly meetings that we never had before, so we can build a relationship of conversation, to trust each other, to understand how we can move forward. And that has never happened either. So once we start having meetings and everyone start coming to the meetings, because that took a minute to build that, to build that type of relationship of other strangers, to get to know their neighbors, to communicate with them. So once we start having monthly meetings in the first year, it took a whole year for us to build that camaraderie of a conversation. So once we got that set up, then the residents was able to speak up clearly to say what they wanted to move forward with and what they were upset about over the years that they were in Ward 4 as in their different areas. So what we did was we reached out to Cleveland State University and did an access mapping, because we'd never seen the entire Ward 4. So after that, we did the access mapping with Cleveland State, and they pulled the information for us, and then they came and did 3 months of surveys with over 800 residents in the community, and the survey came back, and that's how we built out to see what needed to be developed, what needed to be cleaned up, and what needed to be funded for us to see how the entire ward needs to be taken care of from the residents' view. My advice to the next trailblazers is for them to come in, to be involved with the decision making on what they want to see, because the next generation is the next generation that we want to come in to move into the community, because we're building for the next generation for stability. Now we're already here in our generation of age, okay? We're settled. Homeowners already have their homes. They're already understanding what they want to do because they're here. All the people that want to stay in Ward 4 is still there. And that's where we're building from now. But the next generation is the stability for the next youthful generation, for us to understand, what do you want to see? What do you want to have? How can we bring you back to grow with you? Because the next decision is going to be on them. So we need to start understanding we have to pass the ball to the next generation so they can build and live in this community for how they want to be happy and comfortable with their children. So the vision is now for me to hear from them. What now do we need to develop to bring you back into community, what you want to enjoy, what type of schools that you want to have for your children, what type of housing that you would like to see, whether it's row housing, unit housing, condominiums, to that effect, what type of businesses that you want to go out and enjoy in this particular community. We need to hear from the next generation so we can start building from that, so we can bring that next generation who's going to take over the community eventually, so they can start building and then also having that seat at the table, because their voice matters too now. So, so that's our connection. So that's what I'm looking forward to talk to the next generation. Environmental change. You have to clean it up immensely for us to build it up. So to have that good climate change, that is the greatest effect for us to clean it up and to start building the new infrastructure in our community to have that connection. That is the greatest importance for our health, for our children's health, for the young adults' health, and for our aging health. We want to remain healthy in our community. We want to be comfortable. We want to be relaxful. We want to be able to walk the streets, without any type of infectious disease in the environment, because all that debris can cause anyone any type of sickness. So cleaning up the environment, where it is suitable and livable for you to breathe, so you can be comfortable, to know that makes you comfortable to live in your house, to be on your street, to be in your neighborhood, and to be out and about, to know that everything that you're going to be enjoying is in a healthy environment all the way around. Well, the bright future for the Southeast Side look like to me now, we have a little light at the end of the tunnel, I have to say. We have developed a lot of things in the last 3 years. We cleaned it up. We have to clean up. Then we were able to see from our SS mapping that the residents gave their input on what needed to be developed. So we're looking at green space, taking care of green space, which is our parks and recs. We're looking at building new homes, which we are doing that now. We got new building units on Buckeye. We got new restaurants coming to Shaker Square. We're building new homes on the southeast side from Cleveland Housing Network Partners, as well as a Habitat for Humanity. So the bright future is that we have invested the funding in our community to see that light at the end of the tunnel, that it is happening right now within the 3 years that I became council, from the feedback from the residents of what they wanted to see. And we're seeing it now. Like I said, housing, businesses, infrastructure, that all has pulled together as one. Cleaning up our parks and recs, that has been done as well. So from the feedback that I received from the residents, they're happy to the point because they see that now. They hadn't seen it before, but since they've seen it now, we have moved up further than where we were 41 years ago to 3 years now. We got a new, better plan to continue to move forward to make our community even brighter. Oh, wow. And that's what we're building too. We're bringing in a lot of restaurants. That is our major goal, because of restaurants bring in, a lot of restaurants bring in more people. They love to eat. And that's number one. Now, we don't have a lot of restaurants in Ward 4, but the three we have Zanzibar on Shaker Square. We have Edwin's Bakery and Butcher Shop. You know, his bakery, they can go in and buy and eat breakfast and partially lunch. You know, we have Zanzibar that has lunch and dinner all day. We have another restaurant, I think it's a Mediterranean restaurant on Shaker Square. They have great food there, different type of food there for all cultures to come in and eat. We have a vegan restaurant there. We have the Breakfast Club there on Shaker Square. To say that we have Kyrie Cafe on 139th and Kinsema. So that's the soul food. And he has soul food and Jamaican food. That's what he served. So we have we don't have a lot of different type of restaurants, but we have those right now that you can go and have a good hot sit-down meal at these different restaurants that we have right now. But moving forward, we're looking to bring in more new restaurants on the Buckeye Corridor. We're doing that now because we're going to be opening up our commercial businesses on the Buckeye Corridor, and we're going to be working with Economic Development, Sharita Mullins, who's going to be happy, along with BBC, Burton Bell Carr, to go out and look at different restaurants in different cities or different new restaurants people want to bring on Buckeye Corridor. We're working with to open up new restaurants on Kinsema and also on Union, and that's the southeast side. So we're now taking the time to bring in the right restaurant for the next generation, also to see what they want, to bring them back in the community, to get them out all the time for different restaurants like brewery. We want to open up a brewery too as well, to have people to come out to have fun. So we got a list of nuanced things that we're going to bring to our community. But what we have now is very good restaurants that people do attend and go to and have a good time of what we have stability in.
Councilwoman Gray, thank you so much for sharing that, and thank you again so much for your time.
Yes.
Do you have anything you would like to share?
Well, I'd like to share that this is a new year, 2025, and we're looking to start anew and bring in more businesses, open up more businesses, building up more homes, doing more infrastructure. We have adjustment of moving forward with the infrastructure that we have, and with the redistricting that we have moving forward from 2025 and 2026. So we're still doing a lot of surveying with the residents to know that this is our time. This is our time to shine. This is our time to change and make some good decisions to open up this community to more better prospects, so we can bring more population into our community and more businesses and houses and infrastructure. So I'm just pleased to and happy to know that I am the council to bring in this new leadership and to share with the new vision of what's going to happen to Ward 4, which will be Ward 3 in 2026.